What's up, everyone? King's Court, man. We got 99 problems, but 100 episode 8-1. And that's motherfucking tomorrow when you come in and join in on King's Court. But guess what? Today, we have an epic show. We have yours truly, King Real. You see the guy in the Laker jersey over here, Ski Prophet. And my man, J Money. J Money, introduce the rest of the crew over here, man, because I got to pour me a shot.
What can I say, man? I told y'all, like we say on the Low Bag Show, we're going to be in LA, man. We here. We got Jimmy doing the first King's Court, you know what I'm saying, show with us. And we got Will Cat, we got Ski. We got everybody in the house today, man. We finna eat today. What's up, Jimmy? What you got, man?
Man, I'm so excited to finally be on King's Court. I'm so excited to be rolling with you guys in person. And I'm ready to get that cash, man. You know how I do.
Hey, I'm ready to get some money too, man. And Will Capper, you wanna? I mean, you've been on the show before. We sat back and chopped it up, and everybody liked the fact you was on the show before, man. Anything you want to tell everybody who's been waiting for you to have you on the show once again?
Congratulations, episode 99 today, episode 100 tomorrow. That is a humongous achievement. Like, congratulations, guys. Cheers to you. Shots to you.
Yeah,
and,
shots to you for sure.
Best luck down the home stretch here. I can't wait to watch the rest of this content as we get through the rest of the NBA and into the playoffs. And so happy to be with you today.
Also, Whale Capper steps his game up on your show, man. He's not wearing his shades on my show, man.
Oh man, I
Don't
told
need to
you.
look cool for
He
no
fucking soft crime. I mean, soft crime during the day and cap games at night. That's fucking Will Capper for you. That's the name right there. That's where he came from. And my man, you can't see him on camera right now, but my man Trot Wham is over here on the side. Hey, Trot. Throw the afro in the camera frame for him.
Let's see that afro.
There we go. So today's show isn't going to be a basic show. We're not just going to sit back and cap basketball games and talk basketball games. We're going to do something today and tomorrow that I dreamed King's Court was going to be about. The barbershop. In the barbershop, all I ever done is just talk sports. Talk hoop. Talk that shit. Shoot that shit. We may have a man agree over here, a man disagree over here, he agree over here, but guess what? We're going to get you a winner in that game tonight, but it's not going to be a basic lingo. We could talk stats, we could talk previous games, we could talk back-to-backs, but J-Money, I guarantee you agree, bro. The best talk about basketball is when you just shoot the shit and get it out there.
Exactly. We could do that all day, man. Just sit around and talk basketball. That's definitely what we finna do. Y'all know what's up, man. Y'all come and watch every day. You know what I'm saying? I know we had a little break, but hey, it's time to get back to it now, man. So we finna cash these tickets. Know a couple of games started already, man, but we're gonna get to some live plays, halftime, you know what I'm saying, and definitely get into these late games. I know y'all got a damn good game that we got to talk about later, man. So we can go and get to this first one if you want, Real.
Hey, go ahead, break us off with it.
Right, yeah. So this first one, man, for as far as versus the Nets. Real quick on the early games, I am on the Heat plus the 6, and I am on the Suns to beat the Cavs. So that one look like it's starting out well for us. I did take a little small shot on the over that game, but I was definitely all over the Suns. They had lost 15 straight games, man. I know damn well they're gonna want to win one at some point, man. Got everybody calling them on the phone, telling them y'all got to win one or something, man. I'm gonna stop telling people that I know somebody in the NBA if you know what I'm saying. The way y'all playing, because y'all ain't looking like an NBA team over there. So I think the Suns get it done tonight. If y'all want to get some live, you know what I'm saying, get a live play, I would definitely try to hop on the Suns in some way, shape, form, or fashion tonight. So that was my main play. Another game as far as this Nets game, this is one y'all still got time to get on. I know that everybody is on the Blazers here. Like I was talking with Real. How was Lillard? Was he questionable for this game? But then he do the 3-point contest and he played in the All-Star game, and then they talking about he got a sore ankle or something. You know what I'm saying? What's going down? I know he probable, but that seemed a little crazy to me. I think the Nets can win this game.
J Money, I probably shouldn't be the first one talking about this game since I'm about to spew mad hate on the Lakers. Mad hate. I mean, mad horse manure. Mad shit, mad chicken feces, mad E. coli, Ebola, that fucking zombie disease. I'm giving the Lakers all that shit tonight. So Ski Prophet.
This is the last day you're going to be able to do it. Go ahead.
So Mr. Ski Prophet, how do you feel about the Blazers tonight?
Hey, you know what? Oh, that's the play that actually stood out to me first, and I didn't even take it. I thought the Blazers were the play, and I kind of held off because, you know, throughout the season, I come to you for this this team right here, the Nets. That's the team you had Joe Reed on. I can't tell if it's a spot for the Blazers or for the Nets. The line started off with the Blazers as dogs, right?
Yes, sir.
And Blazers 6-12 as road dogs. They're 6-11 versus like in between like 50% win teams. So the Nets have been hot. They've been winning. They're more healthy.
Yeah, they're getting LeVert back.
Right, LeVert. They got Hollis Jefferson. The only person they don't have is Dinwiddie.
Yeah, Dinwiddie's still out there getting Dudley back. Brooks back.
I'm not going to talk about this game until you and Will Capper and Jimmy and Wham say something about it, because what I'm going to say, I'm gonna shock the world, bro.
Oh. Well, yeah, my 2 cents. I stayed. This was one of the easier ones to stay away. I thought the line movement was a little suspicious. I agree. It didn't seem like it felt like it should have been about a pick'em, and then to see it move that in favor of the Blazers when the Nets are getting a piece back was surprising. Like, I get some interest in fading the Nets right now. They overperform in the first half. Like, they have a better win-loss record than their metrics would tell you. They should, right? They've won some games that they had no business winning, most notably covering even that Cleveland game in triple OT was wild. But the Nets, when you have a team that overperforms over the first half going into the All-Star break, and then the break comes, they kind of get together a little bit and think, like, pat themselves on the back. Like, look at this great job we did. No one thought we were going to the playoffs, and here we are in the 6th seed. Like, we're going to make the playoffs easy. They're feeling comfortable. They're not feeling hungry necessarily. And on the flip side, the Blazers, they played some pretty impressive games down the stretch. They have shown themselves to do more effective, play their basketball on the road this year, which we haven't seen in years past. And so I get that there's support for the Blazers, but the lines move too much for me to say that that's a side worth betting at this point. And the Nets have been such a scrappy team, they could pull it off. So it's a tough one for me. So I was easy to stay away from me.
If the Blazers were my initial play, then I would be sitting back on, this is perfect. The market's telling me exactly how to handle the situation, but it wasn't, and that's why I had to stay off. The Nets was my lean. I felt like the Nets have value at home. I feel like they've had value at home all year long. 17-3 is their record at home, but also getting everybody back in action. D'Angelo Russell, 10 30-point games this year, 20.3 points, 6.6 assists. This spot to me felt like from a pace scenario, I just don't know what we're going to get when we can't look at the last 5 games or look at the last stretch and have a reasonable number that can explain how they're playing. With the break, I stayed off all totals except for the under in that Bucks Celtics game. But from a side perspective, if the market goes against my lean, and I really do respect late money in NBA, it tells me to stay off and wait for a different spot, and that's what I did here. But I don't think that this move could have anything to do with Enes Kanter, because I don't think he's going to play more than 12 minutes in this game. Heavy money coming in on Portland just makes me stay off.
Well, Enes Kanter worth what? Maybe a half point. Like, that's not worthwhile at all.
No, you know what is worthwhile? Peter Dykstra says, try searching Whale Capper on Pornhub. You will never get to laugh that much in your life. I don't know exactly what that entails. But I count me interested.
I paid big money to have all that removed. Is he serious?
I got a couple more stats just on this game. Nets versus 55% win teams or more. They're 15-9, and
Wow.
Portland's been over 7 of the last 9 games, and Brooklyn over 4 of the last 5.
Yeah, 4 of the last 5 of those games that went over is when Portland played Brooklyn at home. I think Portland is like 8-2 last 10 games versus this Brooklyn Nets team. I like the Brooklyn Nets a lot, but I think Spencer out hurts the Nets a lot. I think he's more valuable than what people think he's worth for a ball club, for a team. He's like the Bradley Beal when John Wall is out. They say John Wall and Bradley Beal. He's that Bradley Beal. Like, he's that guy. More so than Allen Crabbe. Allen Crabbe could have fitted. Allen Crabbe could have been right now what C.J. McCollum is to Lillard if the Crabbe would have showed up and played. Blazers have drafted several kind of guards in that situation to pair with a McCollum or a Roy when we had him out there. They didn't pair up. And Crabbe is one of those guys. He's not healthy. He reminds me of another player who Blazers had before, Wesley Matthews. Very inconsistent. He has his moments where he's going to earn his check, but he's not going to earn his respect in the locker room. as a player to me. You may earn your check with them, but with us, we know that you ain't that player that your name or that jersey says you are. And that's why tonight, I think his hype playing against the Blazers, what does he have to prove? We let him go. Like, he didn't, like, it wasn't like we didn't pay him because he wasn't worth it. We like, bro, you weren't worth it. So he don't have nothing to prove against us. Now, maybe the big man, maybe what's the power forward again, J Money? You know what I'm talking about, was it Davis?
Ed Davis.
Ed Davis. But Ed Davis is an older player too. He knows he's seasoned. He came into Portland as a veteran already player with a role position. He played his role. We let him go.
What about
And
Napier?
we let him go in Toronto, initially let Ed Davis go. And I liked Ed Davis as a player, but when you're talking about how much you're going to pay a power forward that's not going to be ever in your starting five, you're going to have to pick the spots when you can take advantages, and it's you don't want to pay that person more than $3 million a year. So I knew why guys got rid of him, and we did the same thing.
Exactly. Thank you, Jamie, for touching on that. And I see in this spot over here tonight, I think Russell, when he plays against a guy like Lillard has been hurt for the past 4 or 5 games before even going to All-Star break. He's always game time decision. You can't play, like we talked about, Jay. How the hell you play in an All-Star game? You play in a skill competition, a 3-point shot, and you don't play in the game when you come back from the All-Star break because you hurt? As a fan, man, I wouldn't even want to. I don't have no respect for that. So we know he's playing. That's all that just bullshit for the. That's just anybody in the locker room who has a camera saying, Dame, he stubbed his toe today. He's not playing. They're gonna put game time decision for game. He's playing, but he's just game time decision. Give me the Blazers in this spot, man. Nets at home, they're a great team, but Blazers on the road in this spot, rested with Cantor coming back. If he has any of that intensity, if he has any of that bulliness that he has, we're gonna win it. I mean, our center can't be stopped by most centers in the league. Our 1 and 2 guards can't be stopped by most 1 and 2 guards in the league. We have the best tandem. Next to you probably can say, I think KD and Curry in the league.
It just moved to -3 at Pinnacle and -3 at Bet Online. Like while we're talking.
Look, King's Court moving lines. Look at that, man. We nice with it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I got so long with it. Barbershop talk. But I mean, Wham, you out there? You can always come in here. You got something to say, or Ski? You got anybody can follow up with that?
Let me ask you real quick about the Blazers. So here we are in the second half of the season. They're kind of in no man's land in terms of seeding, right? Like it doesn't really look like they can get up into like the 2 seed, right? Mm-hmm. So almost certainly they're going to be, if they can get out
3 and
round
6.
1, they're going to be on the road in round 2. Like, what's a reasonable expectation for this team in the playoffs? Do they have like unfinished business from last year getting upset?
We never have an expectation unless we play the OKC.
Okay.
If we play OKC, or OKC or Utah Jazz first round, then we'll go out there and perform. If we play, hold on, I'm gonna tell you why. Because the Blazers, you hear my man Dame come out saying he's not leaving the team. It's not about championship for him, correct? It's great. It's about pride. So he's gonna come out and play these teams that swept them in the playoffs. You gonna come out and whoever balled to get you, the Pelicans, balled to get you. They're not making it to the playoffs, bro. Pelicans aren't going to the playoffs, so we can just count that shit out right now.
You still gotta prove yourself.
No, the Blazers will prove themselves, but I'm saying they got to play against a team like Utah, a team like I just named maybe a Sacramento if they make it. They're gonna be playing different type of teams. They're not gonna be going against the team that swept them last year. They'll probably play against an OKC, but that's a divisional team. That's a conference type of team right there.
Okay, I think realistically, like out of OKC, Houston, and Utah, like who do you want to face and who do you not want to face?
I'd rather face Utah before I face anybody else.
I do not want to face OKC.
I'd rather face Utah.
Stay away from OKC.
I think they're going to be so dangerous.
Paul George is showing it. Like he's
MVP.
He's playing like MVP right now.
First team All-NBA level this season.
He is.
He has never done jack shit in the playoffs. The moment has always been too big.
No doubt.
Did that change this year?
I don't think he's a guy who we need to worry character-wise whether he can step up. Even though he hasn't stepped up in his past, I don't see him as a guy who would buckle in very important situations. I think Adams at the 5 as well. I think they're extremely dangerous. If there's one team that could give the Warriors trouble, I only see OKC.
Wow.
They're the only team that I see in the West that could give them trouble. And in fact, I don't want to. I need to break down how things bang out with the Celtics moving forward and see how the Raptors play moving forward and Kyle Lowry see there's a health issue that needs to be figured out, and with Marcus and stuff. There's still questions within the Eastern Conference, but in the Western Conference, I don't think there's a doubt in my mind that there's only one team that can give the Warriors trouble, and that's the Oklahoma City Thunder.
One question. Would you say OKC's been consistent or inconsistent throughout the year?
Well, it's from a gambling perspective, they're extremely difficult to back because they're always road favorites.
They're
and
great
we know
second half team, though.
They're a great second half team, but even defensively, we talk about how strong they are defensively. They always have that one quarter letdown. They always have that one quarter where they let 36, 37 points. We know in the association, if you take these road favorites, you're going to lose in the long run, and the Thunder are always in that situation. So I'm so afraid to back them. I feel like they've not been consistent this year. Russell Westbrook's having the worst season he's ever had shooting-wise. I think that will change as the games move forward. So I would say they've been inconsistent and are extremely dangerous.
And they weren't consistent last year, so I don't see any reason why you think it's going to change.
I think it's Paul George.
Paul George is good, and he's been balling this year, but in the playoffs or like in crunch time, I think there was a stat where he's made like one crunch time shot out of all the shots he's taken.
If I had like a marker, I would have a sign saying he mad that they didn't get Paul George. I
I'd love to hear what my man Trotwam has to say with what I'm saying here. I mean, first off, I believe in OKC. I really think that they're matching up with the Warriors, the only team that could give them trouble. You want to come in and hit that white chair?
Yeah, let's do this. Okay, bro. I feel like I like OKC, especially with the acquisition. You know, they get somebody that's ready to push the line down low. You know what I mean? He's ready to be a little aggressive, but I don't want to back them long term though. You know, I think that's something that you don't want to do. It's like adjusting your bet size. You know, when it's increasing your bet size, basically, decreasing. There's nothing wrong with decreasing it and staying away from it. But going ahead and going all the way out with OKC, I think I wouldn't want to do that just because they're irate, mentally sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And not to really, go that below, but I don't really trust people, that go out, to the valley and stuff. I don't trust them.
What? This man is crazy. Hey, anyway, Jay someone twisted his lungs a little too tight over here tonight. But Jay Money,
What's up?
we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
We don't know what the fuck way I'm talking about.
Okay.
But anyway, Kings, Warriors. We're talking about.
I think I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
He's talking about is of questionable integrity in the playoffs.
But he said he just questioned the whole fucking valley.
But that means Cali's been around here. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. Hey,
California people knew what that was.
Hey, Callie. I only talk about Lakers. I don't want the rest of y'all hating me for the shit I don't know about. So the valley, me and Jay love the valley. We want to chill in the valley. You know what I mean? We
I'm
hang
gonna
out in the
say,
valley.
yeah, we in Cali right now, bro, so we can't talk too much, man. They, what I'm saying? People gonna be trying to come and find us. Hey, we heard what them boys at. You know what I'm saying? So hey,
Hey, Jay, let's get to it, bro. I want to ask you. We talking about elite basketball teams right now. We gonna stay on the West Coast. Right now, we have two teams that's trending up. A team that's been up there, that's the Golden State Warriors, and the Sacramento Kings, who's trending up right now. We watched a man like Buddy Hield perform. We watched the Sacramento team perform over the past couple of weeks. Kings plus 12.5 tonight versus Golden State Warriors. What's your initial thoughts on this game, man? Is this a game that you want to bet on?
yeah, well, my initial thoughts on the game, man, if you look at it deeper, the Kings always play the Warriors tough. I mean, they 4-0 on the last 4 ATS versus the Warriors. I mean, it's a little bit scary. They've already played 4 times this year, and the Kings have covered every single time. You know what I'm saying? So, but we know that that the Warriors coming off their loss versus the Blazers. So, I mean, they could come in off the break. I mean, we know that they're a playoff team. They could, come in with the mindset, let's go ahead and take off, make a run for the playoffs. Get our defense right and come in here and blow this team out. They could do that, but the way that the Kings play, I feel like they can play the way that the Warriors play. They're number 2 in pace. They like to push the pace. That's what the Warriors like to do as well. They can hit threes. They can play defense when they want to. So I lean toward the Kings here, plus the points. You're giving me 12.5 points. How could you not look towards the Kings who've proven they can stay close, to the Warriors in this spot? And, maybe the Warriors come out. They've had a little all-star break. maybe they come out a little bit rusty. So I feel like I was looking towards the over in this game. I didn't bet it, but I definitely like the Kings plus the points in this game and keep this ATS ride going versus the Warriors.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that play. I like the Kings and the points as well. They've been a great team to back all season long. The Kings, and they're so fun to watch. Like you really have to love what they've got going on with the chemistry of these young players and the way that the coach is coaching them up. It's really quite something. Every game we've seen them play against the Warriors, they have stepped up to the challenge. They have absolutely competed. There were a couple of games I thought they should have won.
Exactly.
They ended up like a couple 1, 2, 3, 4 point.
Yeah, that's a couple of games by 2 or 3 points. Yeah,
they were all within end of possession kind of games. No
all
reason.
3 games.
All 3, yeah.
Combined less than 10 points.
Yeah, it's wild. And so why, and actually when I saw them hang this, when this line popped, I was like, do I bet it now because Kings are going to be the play and this is going to come down? Seeing it go the other direction makes absolutely no sense to me. I can only assume that the public thinks here the Warriors are going to come out of the All-Star break and be world beaters and make a push for the play. They haven't shown really any focus, any motivation of getting up for even the big games on their schedule this season. Why, after they had a whole huge slew of commitments, right? Curry was back in Charlotte in his hometown. He had commitments every single day of All-Star break. Durant had commitments every day. Klay Thompson had commitments every day. These guys were, they probably feel like we just gave the NBA all of this time and energy and we didn't get a break that we deserved like everybody else got.
Exactly.
Kings, on the other hand, got a whole week to kind of sit and plan for this final crack. They know that they are positioning themselves for the 8th seed in the playoffs. Yeah. That is the spot they have their eyes on, which means we're gonna get potentially 4 more games against the Warriors. Put it together tonight, Kings, get a win. This is a good spot for them, and I couldn't be happier holding 12 points in this one.
I kind of agree, but it would just be a lean. You guys touched on a lot of points why the Kings are good as far as they covered all the last games versus the Warriors. And I'll just kind of rebuttal a little bit. I'll say the Kings, when the spread is +10 to +13, they're 1-5 against the spread. They're 8-13 as a road dogs. The Kings have been good. It's just been at home.
Yeah.
So, I like the Kings more at home. I don't really like them on the road. And the Warriors versus mediocre teams between 45 and 55%. They're 5-1-1 against the spread, and they're 10-4 when the spread is -10 to -13. So it's just hard for me to call. There's motivation for the Kings to play and stay close and even win. So I can't call it. One thing I'll say: the Kings have went under 6 of the last 7 games, and the Warriors versus 500+ teams, they're 12-3 to the under.
Harrison Barnes has looked very uncomfortable in this rotation right now. I know that they've added size, they've added Corey Brewer. How do you feel that Harrison Barnes is going to add to this club moving forward, and is he going to be a big help?
I don't like Harrison Barnes.
Yeah, I don't either. To be honest, they wanted to do something.
Right.
Yeah, it was, and hey, he's back in Oracle. And this is home away from home for the Kings. This is not a huge trip for them.
I'll answer it differently. I want to hear what you guys say. I'll definitely touch on what you said about Harrison Barnes.
I'm feeling the same way. I kind of agree. I think the Kings should be the spot right here. I like the way the line is moving that way as well, and everything is kind of moving. I think it opened up at 3.5. It looks like it is on SBR, but for the most part, I'm thinking Sacramento early this morning. I didn't make the play, but seeing 12.5 is quite tipped, and then they didn't really have to do anything this weekend, like you guys said. That makes so much sense.
A reason to me why they picked up a guy like Harrison Barnes is if you look at Harrison Barnes' track record, I think if I'm correct, isn't he like a guy from North Carolina, South Carolina? He grew up around the military background.
Right?
Yeah. He's a guy like that. He's been with the same woman for a long time. No scandals in his life, no nothing. You bring a veteran over here to a Sacramento team who's actually starting to win, and he's been on winning teams. He's played for Golden State Warriors at one point. He went over to Dallas. Dallas, might have just went to shit, but they brought him over there because they felt the same way about him that Sacramento was feeling about him right now. He's a winner, and he can help. Not just help the winner, but he can help keep these guys on the straight and narrow.
And he knows
that's what it's more about. He knows the town. It is more about in the NBA. It's more about than just you could go out here and score 12 points or grab 6 rebounds. It's about can you help this next guy who we see right now grabbing 3 rebounds and 2 points get to grabbing 15 points and 10 rebounds because now he has confidence, he believes in himself, and that's what Barnes brings to the Sacramento team. But I agree with Jimmy. He looks uncomfortable because he knows his role in the locker room, but he doesn't know his role in the court yet, and that's what is messing him up a little bit. And you're playing against the Golden State Warriors team who Sacramento's trying to keep an 8th and 7th seed or stay within those in the playoffs with the Golden State Warriors team who's expected to win the championship. A team who's expected to win the championship and a team who's trying to make the playoffs, their intensity level and their push is going to be way higher than this team who's already expected to win the championship. Exactly. A team expected to win the championship, they don't care. They look at us like, oh, we're supposed to win by 12 points. That's what the line say. They don't care about what the book say about them. The book can say, oh, the Golden State Warriors are -9 or 3. They're like, oh, they're not offended by it. A team like the Sacramento Kings, you see them, we are -12.5. We getting disrespected. We care. So it's a different philosophy when the Kings come into this game off a break than what a Golden State Warriors team will come into against the Kings team. Now, if Golden State Warriors are probably facing Philadelphia on their first game back or a team like Boston, then maybe I see that intensity there. But playing against Sacramento, I don't see them really going out here trying to push the pedal to the metal unless Sacramento just folds themselves and just plays no defense, struggles on offense, then Golden State coverage. But if we see the last 2 weeks, our last month and a half of basketball for what we see from Sacramento, this 12.5 points is disrespectful to them, and they're seeing the same line as the same way. This is disrespectful to us.
Yeah.
Golden State doesn't see it that way. It's just to them another game.
Yeah. Plus, Golden State's got Houston on Saturday.
Yeah, this is another game to Golden State. They don't care.
It's just a game to shake off the rust. You know what I'm saying? Get back into the groove or whatever. Get back from the All-Star break. The Kings, they probably been practicing, getting their new players, you know what I'm saying, acclimated to the game, to the plays, you know what I'm saying, to the system. And one thing about Harrison Barnes, he does stick to the fundamentals. That's one thing that I do respect about him. You know what I'm saying? He does play defense, and he sticks to the fundamentals. He doesn't really try to do any flashy stuff. You know what I'm saying? A few dribbles, get to the hole, or just stop and pop. So that's one thing that I do respect about him, you know what I'm saying, just as a basketball player. You know, Alec Burks, little pieces like that, I feel like maybe can elevate the Kings, you know what I'm saying, to the next level. It's at some point. I mean, we know that they're trying to make a little run here, so I feel like they got a couple players, didn't really lose, you know what I'm saying, to me, please. They did lose Shumpert, but you know what I'm saying, we know he's injury prone, so I don't really look at that a big loss. I mean, we know that he was starting as a good lockdown defender, but I feel like that the Kings are in the right spot in this game. You're going to give me 12.5. I have to take them. I mean, they could lose by 10, and we cash, you know what I'm saying? So I got to take the Kings in this spot.
You guys know what the hell happened to Steph Curry in the All-Star game? Like, his shot looked like it was nowhere to be found. Like, no one was even defending him, and he had nothing. Is the 3-point contest broke him? Like in the home run derby? Like, you know that happens with baseball, right?
You know what it is?
You do the home run derby, your swing is screwed up.
It's usually whoever's losing in the first half of the All-Star game is going to win the second half of the All-Star game. That's how you just bet. Just bet that shit in half. Or just flip a coin. Take Team Brown. That's how I did. Took Team Brown. But real quick, Jay Money, I want you to move on to the next game, man. The Boston and Bucks. Man, I would love to hear you and Wham's breakdown of it, and then get Jimmy and Ski and Wellcapper back into these last couple of games, man. That Boston Bucks game, and we definitely have to save the Rockets, Lakers for last. We have to let Ski bring us into that game.
Yeah, and this game versus the Celtics, man, like I say, y'all know me, man, revenge game, Jay. They lost to the Bucks here this last time, 120-107. That was at the house. But prior to that, the Celtics did beat them. They showed that they can beat the Bucks, you know what I'm saying, even in a spot where I felt like the Bucks were going to win the game, and the Celtics ended up taking my money. The Bucks, they got their revenge the next time, but I feel like this is the one where it's going to bounce back and be the Celtics. I wouldn't be surprised if they win this game. I was thinking that this line would be somewhere around 2 or 3, and you got it at 6 or 5.5. I got the Celtics at +6 in this game, man. I see it has ticked back up to 6. I know that the Bucks have one of the best records in the league right now, and they're playing their nice offensively and defensively. But in this game, I just feel like I had to take the Celtics with the points. I'm not really worried about Hayward being out. I had to take the points in this game. I feel like it come right down to the wire. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see the Celtics win this game straight up.
Real quick before you move on, Bucks are number 3 in first half points per game at 51 for the last 3, but 58 on the season. They are number 2 in offense for the year and number 1 in home offense for the year. So me saying that, sliding over to my man over here, Wham Bucks, because this man's moving to Milwaukee with his kids when he gets older. I swear, when you go to his house, he's gonna have a fucking reindeer right here in the middle of his thing. He's a buck. Look at his hair.
That's all right. But for real though, for sure, I'm thinking Milwaukee Bucks first half in this spot just because it looks like it's one of those spots that they should come out aggressive and take advantage of their length and all that good stuff. But actually, I think they're going to start throwing up threes. I think they're going to sneak by. I really think they're going to sneak by in the first half. They're going to be up by like at least 5 points in this, I think. And I think at the end of the day, Boston is going to cover this spread, possibly even win this game. I don't really see Milwaukee winning this game all the way. You know what I'm saying? Full game. But I like the first half for sure.
What? You talking so much? You're talking ski? We talking about, man, we talking, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, man, Wham over here high. I was like, man, Wham high as fuck. And then as soon as I said you stop talking, I was like, oh, no. to you. Yeah, go ahead.
I agree, though. Bucks are a good first half team.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good first half look.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to play the Bucks, play them first half.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like a good strategy on this one. If you like the Celtics, you might get a better number than 5. I do think this is going to be a pretty competitive. I do think, that in the second, that the Celtics are capable of making good adjustments at halftime, coming out of the locker room and getting themselves back into games in the third quarter when they're down by double digits at halftime. Like, you're telling me that's how this game plays out?
And we talked about it, Mr. Will. We know that the Celtics have scored 61 points in the last 3 first quarters, but when Kyrie is in the game, they're only averaging 55.
Yeah.
That's
and a lot of my thinking was just because they always try to shoot threes. All they do is shoot threes. These last 3 games, they've only been shooting 27, 28% from 3. So, and the other side, they've been shooting 40%. They've been more cohesive, even though they don't have him in the lineup in some of them games. You know what I'm saying? So I think him coming in the lineup may throw it off a little bit, for Boston. But at the same time, I got to go with Boston in this full game just because they a little bit more cohesive and they got more to prove in this spot.
You think they're going to win, Boston? Or you think they're going to cover?
I think they win. That's why I said he's going to walk in here. I think he's going to money line. I was
thinking it. I was very close to pulling the trigger. In the end, I didn't just because I don't know what to expect out of Kyrie. I don't know how healthy he's going to be. They need him to create in the final minutes of games to win. And if he's not 100%, but the ball's in his hands, is he going to be able to actually get the basket? It's not obvious.
What it sounds like is we all agree, kind of sort of like the Bucks first half, but everybody likes, besides myself and maybe Jimmy, like Celtics full game with the points.
Yeah, I'm on the Celtics plus the 6, man.
I kind of think that it might be a spot. It sounds like between Wham and Whale Capper that Bucks first half, Celtics full game, halftime, full-time prop. I'm going to check. The best place I find those props is U-Wager, so I'll see what it is.
Nice. That's probably, if I had to guess the price on that, Bucks win the first half, Celtics win the full game. That's going to be like 16 or 18.
Like a plus, yeah, 18-1.
Big number.
That's nice. Jimmy, I know you want to chime in on this, brother. Please step in.
What I really want to chime in on is a discussion I've been seeing everywhere saying that the Celtics are better without Kyrie Irving. And there's certain times in sports gambling where you should look at the numbers and not believe them. And I know that goes against everything we probably ever learned. And I have to do that in horse racing all the time. And here with the numbers without Kyrie Irving, I say roll them up into a fucking ball and throw them away. Because if you're telling me that they're better without Kyrie in crunch time, when you need to win the most important game in the world, that's just fucking ridiculous.
I will argue with this about that. They're crunch time games with bad team. That's when he shines. Kyrie last year wasn't there. Boston did all they did without Kyrie. When they played with the Cavaliers, he proved to be a clutch player against the Golden State Warriors. In that series, he proved to be a clutch player. But since he went to Boston, he wasn't even there last year, so we can't call him clutch. And this year, the games I see him perform, come out and hit threes and shoot threes and do this against. It hasn't really been in games that's meaningful. But I hear what you're saying when you say about the numbers, Jim, because you make a solid point. They're different on the defensive side with Kawhi in the game. Kawhi is a solid defender. So that changed. So even though the Boston Celtics numbers drop as points scoring wise, the points they give up also do drop as well. So they're kind of holding teams down to the same accountability where they're at. The only thing with Irvin is that I think he's selfish in a way. You ever watched the movie is Uncle Drew? If you watch that, it kind of reminds me of how he is. He's kind of like a about me type of guy.
Yeah.
And it's more like he's getting his shine. Now the guy get their shine. Now he's the fill right.
Did you like Kobe? Good shit.
No.
Balling and get clutch. He deserves
Kobe,
to be that way.
we ain't gonna talk about Kobe because Kobe had a cheating ass referee that was gambling on games.
Well, yeah.
If it wasn't for Kobe, the Sacramento Kings would be champions.
Let me say this.
Yeah, he's right about that.
That's true.
White chocolate would be in the greatest in the NBA.
That's not.
Plenty of Laker hate to go on, but I agree with Jimmy. I think they're better with Kyrie because when you need that bucket and you're down and there's pressure on you, it's not easy to get that bucket, and that's the person who's going to get it.
And also, he's watching Marcus Smart defending. He's watching him. He's studying him. They work on it in practice. He tries to emulate Marcus Smart on the defensive end. He already went off on his teammates for not being leaders, not being there for each other. Marcus Smart has done the same thing. Marcus Morris has done the same thing. But then none of them did it until Kyrie was saying in everybody's ear, there's a problem here in the dressing room. And I know that's not always the best thing. You don't always want your star player taking things right to the media. But I think he demands a certain type of accountability and to be a teammate on the floor and on the bench. And I believe in Kyrie Irving. And in this game tonight, I don't want anything to do with either team. And I jumped on the under after we broke that game with Whale Capper. But right now, with Kyrie hoping that he's healthy, which is something that we're going to have to do all for the rest of the season. Sure. Anytime you're backing Celtics, you have to hope that he's healthy. If you're going to bet on the Celtics, I think you should wait till the last minute to ensure that he's in the lineup. And then with Milwaukee, if I had to make a play on the side, I'd probably make it on Milwaukee. Budenholzer has these guys rolling, but then with the Greek Freak, we're dealing with the same thing with possible knee soreness, and then working Mirotic into the lineup. If I was forced to make a play on the side, I would take the Bucks here.
And my thing, real quick, I want to ask Jay about this because me and Jay talked about it. When you capping Irvin, we watched that game against the Hornets, right? With him and Kimbo, who's going back and forth trading shots. Irvin took the rest of his whole team out of the game because all he cared about was his showing up the next player. So do you see that being a crutch, Jay? Because you brought it to my attention before.
Well, the thing is, sometimes when you're in the zone, you know what I'm saying, your team will just you can pass the ball off. You can be in a double team, they're gonna pass you the ball back just because you hot. You know what I'm saying? So it depends. If you damn near hitting every shot, they pretty much have to give you the ball. They're inclined to give you the ball. You hot. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want that motherfucker here. You can have it. You know what I'm saying? But it's when you're missing those shots, then then it's ball hogging. You know what I'm saying? Then the other team feel like your player, your teammates feel like, damn, you could have passed me the ball, you know what I'm saying, when you missed that one. So I can't say that they're a better team without him because he's just that good of a player. I mean, I'm sorry, he won it for the Cavs. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't LeBron that game. He hit the shot to win it. I was happy as shit, but hey, it was Irvin. So I know he has that in him. I mean, he's hit plenty of game winners. I would take him late in the game over anybody else on the Celtics. So when he's not there, they don't really know who's gonna close the game. You know what I'm saying? So I have to stick with them better being with Kyrie Irving, and I'm sticking with him to close the game. Bless you, real times 3. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a fan of Kyrie Irving, and like I said, I hope he ball out tonight, man. I hope that he does. I'm on the Celtics plus the 6.
Before we move on to the Lakers game, I need to hear from each one of you guys in a line. Who wins the Eastern Conference?
Okay,
really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
On that prop we talked about, it's plus 600 for Bucks first half and Celtics full game.
That's wild. To win the full game, not to win the second half.
Right, to win the full game.
That's wild.
Yeah,
that's very low.
That's
somebody hit that with a hammer earlier today.
Barring no injury. Give me the Bucks.
Okay, so J Money says Bucks come out of the East.
Okay, so for me, I am most invested in the Raptors. I'm hopeful that it's the Raptors. But it entirely depends on matchups because it's kind of like rock, paper, scissors in terms of who can beat who, right? If the Celtics and the Sixers, if the seeding stays as it is, right, and the Celtics and Sixers are 4-5, then the Sixers are screwed. and you knock them out, that opens things up for a lot of other teams who don't match up well against the Sixers.
Exactly. Home court advantage is going to make a big difference as well. If the Bucks hold number 1 seed, I'm sorry, my money would be on the Bucks. I mean, right now, we've seen them go in there and beat the Warriors in Golden State. So I'm sorry, that shows a lot for me. I saw in that game, it was a fishy line. They was just laying 6. I say the Bucks going to win this fucking game. And they went out there and won it from start to finish. And the Warriors, it's not like they were sitting anybody. They were trying in that game, trying to win that game. Obviously, they wanted to send a message as well to the number 1 team, you know what I'm saying, the team with the best record in the league. So I like the Bucks to come out the East. I mean, it could be tight, but I feel like home court advantage will be a lot bigger, and whoever, you know what I'm saying, probably has the number 1 seed will probably get it.
They potentially not only have home court advantage, but they will have the best player in every series.
Exactly.
They will have the best player on their team.
I think the MVP.
Oh wow, that's a
best record, the best player,
James
the best
Harden's
record. You have to.
Some extra special for you tonight.
Yeah, but his team ain't the team record ain't there.
Back in the Rockets.
Well, let's go.
Let's
get right to that game. I mean, I know Ski want to talk right now.
Let him.
You talking about
who's your West? Who's your
I need to hear who you have in the East.
Oh, I didn't hear him say the East. My bad. I was sneezing. I thought he was talking that bullshit. I was looking to it.
For playoffs, it's about matchups and coaching. And if you talk about coaching, you got to take out the 76ers.
Hey, my fault, Ski. I'm about to go put something in real drink real quick.
76ers are out.
You high?
76ers are out. And the Raptors, the jury's out on Nick Nurse. So I'm going with the Bucks or the Celtics. And if I have to pick one, I'm rolling with the team I've seen do it already, the Celtics.
Ooh, interesting.
I gave out 3 futures. I got shit canned on Twitter for giving out 3 of them. I was just trying to give out 3 to people, but 3 I take. And now, especially with the Philadelphia injury with Embiid, because I don't know if that is serious or not, I still back the Celtics. We talked about that beginning of the year too, Ski, about Celtics being in play. It was at 2. I think it was at 2 plus 200 still, or plus 250. I jumped on that. Then I also hopped on the Milwaukee Bucks at plus 250 with the injury. Also over there with Indiana's dealing with, they're definitely not going to be Eastern Conference contenders anymore whatsoever. So Indiana's going to fall off the slate to me. So it's only 2 teams that matter to me right now, and that's what I see. I test right now. I cannot bet my money on Toronto until I see how the Gasol injury look. I mean, not Gasol injury, but Gasol trade looks. It hasn't looked good to me lately. The Gasol pickup, Toronto, and with the way Lillard is playing, looks suspect. Milwaukee and Boston, top 2 teams in the East.
You know, I tell you what, I am much more afraid of the Boston Celtics than I am of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, opposite. If you're a Toronto backer,
yeah, I'm
totally opposite. If it's Celtics Raptors finals, the Raptors are gone.
I think we beat the Bucks. Kawhi
is a disastrous matchup for the Celtics. The Celtics they can't defend Kawhi. They can't. It would literally be like replaying LeBron versus the Celtics over the last handful of years.
I think he has a point. I don't know who you put on him.
You put Jaylen Brown. It's not just going to stop him.
Jaylen Brown?
No, Will Kiper. I think Will Kiper's. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off either. Well, he makes a point, and the Bucks really affect the Raptors. The way the Bucks wrap the lineup is in the depth and the length. The length they have, it really bothers the Raptors. It's a matchup issue, no matter who you see it.
Yeah, if the Raptors have to go through Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference Finals, they're in trouble. If they get to host the Celtics, they are going to the finals.
The home court in a Boston-Toronto matchup would be enormously important.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, the Bucks haven't done it. Their players haven't done it. In the most important moments, they haven't done it. And that is so important and can't just be looked past. You can't just look at the numbers and look at the length and look at those things. If you haven't done it before, what's to say you're capable of doing it?
No one's done it though.
Nobody.
LeBron James.
He's
won the Eastern Conference so many years.
Okay, that's a buddy. As a buddy, since we in the barbershop, we in the barbershop talking shit. Maybe Ski, maybe you want to reword this question in general way I'm about to ask him. But you're a Raptor. You're Toronto. You guys haven't done it. You guys have proven in the regular season that you haven't, and now you just traded away probably the guy who got you there, and now you just picked up a rental. I mean, how can we really say that you guys can do it?
That's one man.
Kawhi Leonard being that different.
It's just simple. There's a simple answer. Kawhi Leonard.
I don't think it's that.
What
simple.
about when you get
I
the
do.
game when Leonard really comes out like he didn't really feel like playing? You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that we're scared of. It doesn't always seem like he's indebted to his team or like to winning the whole thing, and that's why they're thinking that damn maybe he even might be leaving the next year. I mean, I'm a fan of the Raptors. I like the Raptors. I mean, I think they have a nice little team. I just feel like if they face up against maybe against the Celtics they could win, but I just feel like if they face up against the Bucks are way too deep. They have pieces that can match up with every single player of them. You know what I'm saying? The bench, I feel like it's better. And the Raptors, some of their players have been a little bit injury prone. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you have a big point guard to shut down Lowry or disrupt him, you know what I'm saying, get on him in the backcourt, they're a totally different team. So, but if the Raptors did face the Celtics, I like that matchup. But it scares me because sometimes Leonard really comes out and it seems like he doesn't really care. And it seems like that's when I have my money on the Raptors. You know what I'm saying? That shit it pisses me off. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man? But when I bet against them, then that's when they want to go off. And I know that Leonard can be that two-way player, lockdown defender, you know what I'm saying, and scorer. So it's just you never really know what you're going to get out of him. So it's a tough one.
I said a long time ago about Jay. We talked about it, and I said it. I said something happened in the locker room after he said he's going to sign and stay, and he was smiling and shit. Something happened between him and Lowry at Spurs game. When Lowry could have came back from injury, he did not play against the Spurs, and Toronto got their ass destroyed by the Spurs over there. It was all because he was trying to appease his friend that got traded away, and then you just embarrassed a new teammate on your team. And you could have clearly played that game. He was clear to play. He was perfectly able to play. It was his own decision not to play against the Spurs. And Toronto got their ass whooped. And after that, Lillard has been a different fucking guy.
Yeah. Two couple crazy things. Number one, did you guys see Spurs are going to Toronto tomorrow? Episode 100, we get to revisit all this.
Right.
Spurs on the road. Raptors looking for revenge. That's going to be wild.
Right.
And two, you made some very strong, both of you guys made really, really good points. Kawhi's been there. He's won a title. He has been played in the most high pressure games and has performed like he was the best player on the court. It was impressive as hell. That said, the Clippers made moves. We know Kawhi has his heart set on LA. He's a Southern California guy. Like that is his it's in his blood, right? And the Clippers made some interesting moves at the trade deadline to completely set the stage for him to be the centerpiece of their franchise for the foreseeable future. That's spooky as a Raptors backer in the futures market for me, because I'm thinking, okay, if Kawhi leads them to a finals appearance and is competitive against the Warriors, that makes it that much harder for him to do what he wants to do, which is leave and go to LA. And that's a spooky situation. That if the Clippers hadn't made those moves before the trade deadline, I would feel better. And that's so weird. In what universe does what the Clippers do matter at all to the Eastern Conference and the Raptors? But sure enough, like them making that space to bring him in and make him the centerpiece of their franchise, and him owning property in LA and being a Southern California guy, all that is spooky, because the harder he plays, the farther he takes the Raptors, the tougher it's going to be for him to walk out the door.
Let me answer this from a Toronto perspective and why I was so heartbroken when we made the trade. I think even if we win the NBA championship, Kawhi goes to LA. And I have no faith in him sticking around. But I also think that when it comes with all the fucking cameras and the lights on, that he's going to step the fuck up. And you think that he doesn't want to shine before coming to LA? People who think that he's not going to put his heart into the playoffs, I just think that's nuts. He's not staying with us, and I think he does leave his heart on the floor in the playoffs to prove so many people wrong. So many people who called him out last year. So many people. And if you remember that series against the Warriors, series against the Warriors, he was easily the best player on the floor before he hurt his ankle.
Dominating.
I mean, there wasn't even.
Pachulia ruined basketball for a lot of us that year.
There wasn't even a second best player on the floor.
Yeah.
So I think from a Toronto perspective, he's gone. And I also think he steps the fuck up in the playoffs. And I think he's fucking magical. And I think it only makes his worth more, makes his legend bigger. So I have no faith in him staying, even if we win the whole thing. But I have faith in him stepping the fuck up.
I don't disagree with you at all, Jimmy. I know my man Jay Money want to chime in on that. But I know what you say. I learned from you. We keep a brisk pace going here, and we talk really fast. For no apparent reason, we get to move the fuck on. Anyway, we have this next game coming up, Rockets and Lakers. And I feel it's only appropriate that I let these three gentlemen, the West Coast guys, bring us into this game. That'll be my man Wham, Ski, and Mr. Will Capper. The coolest guys I know. Like I said, Will signed Cap's games during the day and solves crimes at night. Fucking Ski break hearts with smiles, and Mr. Wham OG is the OG.
I'll go quick. So I took the Rockets. I sold out to 3.5. This is either one of two things happens in this game. Either the Rockets are shooting well from three and they bury the Lakers out of the gate, and it's not very particularly competitive, and the Lakers kind of roll down their effort level and like get ready to compete next time, right? Or they can't hit from three. The Lakers are competitive, and this goes down to the wire, and the Lakers probably have a shot to win. But I think there's value in -3.5 to back the Rockets. I think that they match up, outstanding matchup for them around the perimeter. Lakers defend terribly on the 3-point line when Lonzo Ball's not in the lineup. And you got a full complement of healthy players back. Clint Capella and Harden are making magic together out there. He's going to be, Capella versus who's defending the rim? McGee. JaVale McGee is one of the worst rim defenders.
He's a good rim protector.
Well, this year it's been pretty brutal. It's been pretty brutal, and maybe it's an effort thing. I don't think so. Like they've been a revolving door, letting teams get layups when McGee's been out there, and I think Capella is going to make quick and easy work of him in the lane, and it's from here on in, Lakers got to win a lot of games, but I don't think it's happening tonight.
We played the Rockets close already, and I think McGee was playing well that game too, but you say that the Rockets match up well with the Lakers. I mean, I think the Lakers match up well with the Rockets. Rockets don't play defense. Who do the Rockets have to stop? Who do they have to stop LeBron?
Says the team who just lost to Atlanta Hawks.
I mean,
that's
let's be real. When
we talked about it.
Can we not bring that up, please?
We already got it booked. You know what I mean? We already had these trips booked. We anticipate vacation.
Yeah, that was a weird game. You kind of have to throw that out of the sample because it was like everybody's head was on All-Star break or something.
Mm-hmm.
But
last game,
you're right. They don't have a great defensive matchup for LeBron. But LeBron, he says he's going to flip the switch.
Mm-hmm.
I agree that he has a switch to flip. Right, like we've seen it. Like in the playoffs, he's gone playing lights out defense.
You talked about it in the East.
Yeah, he's done it. Year in year out, he's done it. I don't know if it happens in one game in the middle of the regular season. He's got to build up to it. He doesn't look like he's in very good shape.
When does he
I got to tell you, he looks like he's not in great game shape. I think the lingering kind of fitness issues with him after coming off of that groin injury, it's going to take till March till we see him at 100%. And like I think, this is setting up for a spectacular finish, and the Lakers are going to be a great team to back in March and April. But I don't think it's their time yet.
If he was that hurt, he wouldn't say playoff mode activated. And he came back from the groin injury well over a week ago. He had the All-Star weekend. I mean, he's had time already. If it's not now, then when is it?
Exactly.
I was on a fucking live meme on you right now. But you say that shit, I'd be like, oh, that one meme. I don't know what he talking about.
You guys make a great point. My whole thing is in this game, I feel like if the Lakers are going to make a run, this is exactly what I've been saying. This is the game where it's probably going to start. I mean, I'm not scared about the line movement or anything. I feel like they're kind of sort of baiting you into taking the Rockets. I mean, the Rockets could be the play like Will Capper said. It's either going to be a semi-blowout for the Rockets. Either they're going to win by double digits, or I feel like either the Rockets going to blow them out or the Lakers going to win straight up. I do feel like that the Lakers will win this game. I feel like they might get some help from the refs. That may be what it takes to win this game, but I definitely do think that happen. If you feel like that the Lakers, will come back and make the playoffs, I feel like that it starts tonight, and I feel like that's what the NBA wants. They know all this drama, whatever, with the Anthony Davis. I feel like they want the Lakers to make the playoffs. They don't want to see them keep losing. I mean, it's pretty much rock bottom losing to the Atlanta Hawks, the game where you're a favorite.
Will you please tell them what they have to go to make the playoffs, please?
You said what?
What's the Lakers' record?
They got to go 17-8 to make the playoffs, man. But I feel like that starts tonight, man. LeBron gonna do the switch. This is triple revenge, man. They've lost to the Rockets already this year 3 times. They almost beat the Rockets in Houston, took them to overtime. Damn near, they deserved to win that game. This was without LeBron James. You telling me that same team with LeBron tonight? You know what I'm saying? With a vengeance playing tonight at the house, coming off All-Star break, where you rested, man. You see what team LeBron did in the All-Star game. They could be down in first half and come back roaring. I feel like that the Lakers money line is a damn good play in this game, man.
Hey, shout out
Jay Money.
Unbelievable at the racetrack. We talked about this. He said, "Ski, how are the Lakers making the playoffs?" We sat there and counted out the wins on the schedule. I gave away wins. I gave wins away, and we got to 17. We got to 17.
Yeah,
and with ease.
I'm not gonna lie. Listen, y'all. I put my phone away. Y'all see me on camera. I have no phone, no laptop, no nothing. I'm gonna let Wham talk. I'm gonna let everybody finish, and then I'm gonna just pull my heart out.
Wham talk. All right. So, look, this is the reason why I say the Lakers. Now we do know LeBron conditioning is not that good. Word on the streets, like Brian Windhurst said, that he's 280. He said he's 280 out there. He's super overweight. But I think he got that hyperventilating little tank and stuff that sheds him like 10, 12 pounds at instance, bro. So when you got stuff like that, bro, and you're able to move around like how you want to move, like he is, you know what I mean? Come up to games with wine. He trying to transcend, bro. You know what I mean? He can walk in there fat if he want to. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is gonna be one of the moments that he pressed the button and it really worked, bro. And this is a team that they really got the same schedule right now. They look like Lakers was really good at one point, just like the Rockets was really good at one point. They really got the same schedule. If you talk about matchup-wise, Lakers match up way better, bro.
Let me know when everybody finished talking. I'm ready to hate.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I want all you guys to get it out. I swear. I want everybody
in the show with real talking shit about the Lakers.
I got a Lakers question for Ski. So, is it important?
You got something to say good about?
Is it important for LeBron to make the playoffs? Like, does it matter?
To the NBA, I think so.
It matters to the NBA. It matters for the ratings. I mean, and actually, there was some stories floating around about how ratings are down, which was kind of weird. Like, I'm not sure exactly why, like, people are kind of losing interest. But whatever the case is, like, is it important, not to the NBA, but to LeBron and the Lakers to make the playoffs, to try to get a better roster next year? I mean, I know it's going to have to come mostly through trades. But, like, do they need to prove that does LeBron need to prove to the other players in the league that he still has enough to compete for a title to get better free agents to come along with Anthony Davis if they can even make a trade for him?
Well, I think it's important for LeBron because he already told you it's important when he said playoff mode activated. If it wasn't important, he already said before, he's already accomplished everything. He doesn't care. If it wasn't important, he wouldn't have said that. And he wouldn't give the effort. As far as the Lakers, we've been out of the playoffs for too long. And when he came, it was everybody saying, we're going to the playoffs.
Great point. Yeah.
All right. I can't speak now.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, man.
Check
Here's
it out.
another hater.
Check this out. I'm in LA, so I'm safe. And everybody knows I'm a Laker hater. But I respect certain players from the Lakers just because I've been a hater for so long. But I don't know why they be selling these dreams, bruh. 17-8? No. 15-10, bro. That's what y'all doing. Listen here. You all this capping y'all doing, y'all kind of counting if Ball gonna come back or not, if LeBron's gonna go out again. Somebody gotta get hurt every 7 to 9 days. So you're not even accounting for injury. You think
they count snow days.
Yeah, you think you're gonna win 17-8 of the next games? Look here.
They got the
this
second.
This was a bad deal. I just can't wait till it's all over because everybody's already on the edge of the seat talking about, I don't like LeBron now. But they was begging for him to come to LA. But now they're going to be on the edge of the seat.
No.
When they don't go to the playoffs, they're going to be like, LeBron got to go. But you know what? The Lakers, you get played the hand you was dealt right there. You can't just go get one man in a team sport to come win it all for you. It's not working, bro. Y'all not going to the playoffs. And even if y'all do, it's going to be for a short stay anyway. And let me get you back, King. I'm going to get you back on this one, man.
Hey.
I got you.
Hey, DJ started off. You see how it is, right? I'm Pocky Shook. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Hey, We here. LA gonna be here or nowhere. Not in the playoffs. Y'all suck. See? I don't give a fuck what Ski talking about. Y'all gonna win a game tonight. Y'all gonna go in here and beat the Rockets when they get their full lineup back and they also have a bench, which we always neglected. The same thing everybody neglects about the 76ers. They had no bench. They had no bench. If Embiid played tonight, would nobody be screaming about 76ers don't have no bench because they clearly have a bench now?
You just excited.
Same home. No, I'm excited. I'm excited to see y'all get squashed like bugs. Hell yeah. I when I was a kid at like 3 or 2, I used to go outside with my grandpa's big ass glasses and burn ants. That's like seeing ants get squashed. Y'all ants in this shit. Talking about 15, 17, and 8, the Lakers? Are you serious? The best thing that happened for LA is LeBron doesn't play for the rest of the season. The best thing that happened for LA is if LeBron tanks it for Zion. Best thing that happened. The scariest thing that ever happened for LA is LeBron. The scariest thing in the league is LeBron talks to your player. LeBron gets in your player's ear. Once he gets in your player's ear on your team, whatever, nobody else likes LeBron. So that's like me saying, hey, J Money, do this. Nobody likes King Real. Well, it's obvious on Twitter. But then everybody come around you. They all come around, and then they be like, tell you all type of other shit and pull you over here. I get you to say what LeBron offer you. We offer you the same thing over here. Hey, you know what? If you don't go play with LeBron, I can play with you over here. LeBron's never going to be the guy nobody wants to play with. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to play with LeBron. LeBron doesn't care about a championship. LeBron has 3 years left, Laker fans, to win a championship. 3 years left. Why? LeBron wants to be a movie star. He's about to do 2 Chainz album, A&R. The man who should go out there, man, fuck it. LeBron, you making albums? You making hold on, LeBron album, bruh? You can't even make a starting 5 of motherfuckers who trust you.
Right. That's the reason why you take the Lakers, bro.
Bro, no, man. Hey, LA, I'm here. Y'all ain't winning this shit tonight. I bet Ski Profit 50 push-ups. I bet Wham 50 push-ups. I'm gonna sit on DJ back if we lose, and we gonna do 100 push-ups together.
Hey, you got to bet me that we're gonna make the playoffs too.
Man, you know what? I put money on Mouthfist. I have $100 right now saying LA does not make the playoffs.
And it's plus odds. I don't even need the plus odds.
$100 solid, you don't make the playoffs.
It's a bet.
There it is right there.
That's a bet.
Hey, Real, they do have the second easiest schedule for the rest
How
of
are they
the way.
easy? The only thing easy about the Lakers is they Kardashians.
According to the stats, man, I'm just
and no, only thing easy about the Lakers is LeBron play for the team. And Kuzma play no defense. Ball hurt.
I'm gonna tell you this: that game after the trade deadline,
man, y'all suck,
bro.
bro.
Boston was gonna crush him, and we came out and showed up.
You know what?
Wait on tonight, man.
Episode 100 tomorrow, man.
Tonight.
Look, if LA wins tonight, episode 100, I'm gonna go give me an LA jersey.
Oh my god!
I'll wear it tomorrow on the show.
Oh,
if LA wins tonight, I will wear me a Laker jersey live on King's Court 100 episode tomorrow. And if LA loses, Mr. Ski Profit has to do his 50 push-ups live on King's Court tomorrow.
Hey, I don't know about tonight though, King.
Look, Ski's like, I can't do push-ups.
I don't know about 50 straight.
Hey, the Houston Rockets is too reliant on Harden.
I'm joking.
All it takes is him showing up and the Lakers win.
No
tonight.
shit. If I lose,
wouldn't say tonight, but
if Lakers win today, I'll wear a jersey tomorrow. Live in LA, I'll wear a jersey. I want to say thank you to everybody who joined the show. Jimmy the Bag joined the first time on the show. Thank you, Jimmy, for giving us the show and the platform. Mr. Will Capper came on the show. DJ been on the show. My man Wham Trotter on the show. Ski Profit on the show. And my co-host, J Money, and yours truly yourself. Thank you for Seth and Sophia for hooking us up as well. Deuces, Kings Court. See y'all tomorrow. Get this cash.
We do have a big party we're heading to right now.
Oh.
Right now.
Where we going?
Big Boss. Can you let them know?
Oh, right now, Lit Lounge, 3333 Hill Street. That's just below downtown, just above South Central LA. It's Jefferson, the corner of Jefferson and Hill Street. We on our way there right now. It's the Lit Lounge. We're gonna be live and direct, having a ball. So come on out and join us. We're gonna be there from 8 o'clock to 10:30. We're gonna keep it short and sweet. If y'all want to turn up after that, I'm DJ Big Boss. I got spots for us in LA. We can parlay somewhere else. But we're going to line it up at the Lit Lounge and have a good time. Make sure y'all come out.
We having a ball, but not Alonzo. We lit.
Y'all see it.